Okay, first things first. My name is Kenneth Bird. I'm the creator of Supreme Ambient Light Projection Screen Paint using ambient light projection technology gain. I'm up in the morning doing some on the arcade room and setting up more LED lights in here, which I actually finished off this whole section right here. A little update right here real quick. That's why I added in more on my arcade room that I've been working on. I may make my curtains a little darker for if I use for morning time use, but most of the time I'm in here at nighttime doing some work. Right now I'm in Steam because I forgot Steam has these Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales, so I'm in here stacking up on my games for my gaming collection. All right, so let me show you a few things real quick. So we're going to talk about long throw and actually extended throw and long throw. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I have a customer who's about to make a very serious mistake. If he does happen to swap out his projector for this particular projector, he is going to make it's going to cost him some money. And the reason why is because his theater room setup is a little different than most people. He has around 60 feet back in order to set up his projector. Now, I've said this before, certain people will have these setups. These are called really professional setups. The projector's not sitting here. It's not sitting there. It is sitting all the way in the back, around 60 feet back, maybe 50 feet, maybe 30 feet away from the original screen. And because of that, he's going to need a special projector to do that. And they call that extended throw projector because the lens on that projector throws a narrow, image from a long distance. So, okay, so this right here, this is a manual throw. It's a Sony VPL FH36. No, the FH30, and this is the FH36 by Sony. This has an extended long throw, which means if I pull this projector back around 30 feet, I'm going to hit the screen perfectly. I'm not going to nail the chairs. I'm not going to nail the walls. I'm going to hit the screen perfectly. When you go to movie theater, that projector all the way in the background, it's a special lens on that, so it can just narrowly cut right through and boom, hit the screen and give you a perfect image. Now, for those of you who are thinking, well, I can get a manual projector and do the same thing. No, you can't, because if you shrink the image on a manual projector and you cast it around 60 feet out, it's still going to expand either way, and it's still going to hit your walls, it's going to hit your ceilings, it's going to hit your floors. You're not going to get that perfect cut that's going to fit in there. Now, he purchased a Christie 505. That's what I have up here. That projector has that ability to be able to shoot that narrow, thin lens, that narrow, thin image to fit just perfectly without overcasting the entire environment, making the image look sloppy, or you have to expand your screen size. I can put a 100-inch right there and I can pull it back 18 feet and it'll still hit that area and fill it out just perfectly without overlapping the entire area. So I'm going to show you, because we got both of the projectors hooked up right now. And I've got like these fish demonstrations playing on them. Like I said, he's going to go out right now. He owns this one right here. But the problem was when he got the projector, there was a crack somewhere along the side of inside the lens, and it was causing the lens not to focus so well. So I have one in the back. I said, look, you can have mine. I'll ship it over to you. And that way you can get that taken care of. Now, keep in mind, these are venue projectors that have this capability to allow you to swap your lenses out. Now, I've heard somebody say that venue projectors were trash. They're only used for commercialized. No. People have special home theater setups. When you walk in, it looks like an actual movie theater, and they got the projector all the way in the back over there. They have those particular projectors that will allow you to swap out the lens, because they can make it a manual or they can make it an extended long throw. So first thing we want to do is, because sun's coming up pretty soon, I'm not worrying about it because the screen can take this in, but I want you to see how much this is going to hit all over the walls and everything compared to the narrow throw. With my projector in mind, you sit back much farther than this one right here. These actually are not that far back. So we're going to turn this one on first. That is the Sony VPL FH36 5200 lumens 1920 by 1200. This projector has the special lens on it that does the narrow throw, and this one over here has a manual throw on it. Now, mind you, if you get a manual throw projector, most people who are going to do about 100 inches are going to be 11 to 12 feet back. All right, this is what you would need for this projector. On the other hand, this is a different one. This is an extended throw. You're going to have to be about 18 feet back in order to pull off a 100-inch. Now, see the size of the screen? because I got to get both of them to fit. This is the size of the screen you're going to get from this projector at about, let me see, we're about a good maybe about 18 feet back, because this room is pretty big. This is a master bedroom. So this is how far back. Notice it's not hitting anything else. If I bring it over, it's going to land right here. Let me see if I get the remote controls to these bad boys. Because I got, there we go. So we'll bring it over here, because he's right now, he's on a purchase. He just sent me a text message, and he's going to purchase another projector. I'm like, dude, you cannot pull that projector back 30 or 40 feet. If you pull that back 30 or 40 feet, you're going to blow up the entire wall. All that's going to be hit. You're going to ruin your setup. You're going to buy a projector you don't need. Stick with the one you have right now. It has an extended throw lens. On top of that, these lenses can be swapped out. You can take them out. You can swap them out. These lenses can be swapped out, but it's a different story. This has a quick release, which means I can just pull it out with one hit. And this one requires you to take apart the projector and go inside and actually change out the lens. Now that's the distance that I'm gonna get from here. Now watch, we'll put this one on. Turn this projector on right now. Now some people will say, okay, so what if I basically zoom in, make the image small, and then cast it at 60 feet? You're still going to overspan your screen. It's just the farther you pull back a projector, the bigger the image is going to get. And people don't want the short throw. They don't want the short throw projectors, because that defeats the whole purpose of having an official theater system set up. If your short throw is going to be sitting there right in the middle where people can see it. If you're doing an official setup, with the seats, the whole 9 yards, reclining seats, and all the lights, you want that professional setup, your projector has to be sitting behind you where you can't see it. Some people have the little glass boxes set up, and they're doing it a different way. All right, so over here, I'm showing you same distance. This is a Sony right here with the manual throw. That is going to cover everything when it hits. Mind you, I'm at 18 feet right now. It's going to pull this back around 60 feet. All right, so let me come in here and let's put something on this one right here. So I'm actually overlapping my screen, everything at the same time. Because the difference in lenses, when I first bought this one, I thought it was broken. Like, wait, what the fuck is going on with the lens? Why is the lens so, why do I have to pull it back? When I try to pull it back, when I try to do it at 100 feet, I kept getting this little small screen. Like, why is the screen so small? And I went and looked at, oh, the lens I have an extended lens. So you see what I mean? So if he were to pull that projector back, he's going to hit his water bottle. He'll hit the back of the chair, all the back of the chairs. He'll hit everything in that environment. He'll hit the screen. He'll just overlap everything. And if he basically tries to pull the image in, you keep in mind, if you shrink the image all the way down, even if when you pull it back past 30 feet, it's still going to expand everything. It's going to hit everything. But this is right here is a different kind of projector. I can pull this one back, and I'm going to show you downstairs. We'll do a demonstration later on the day. I'm going to pull this projector back 18 feet. It'll nail that screen at 18 feet. It won't touch anything in the environment. So that's where you want to go with, my friend. Before you make that move to buy that projector, I tell people, be patient. Do not rush things when you're setting up a theater system like that, because the smallest mistake could cost you a lot of money. I've seen people actually build the screen first. That's a big mistake. One guy put in this real elegant, beautiful screen in, and then realized that when he wanted to pull the projector back, that the projector literally had to sit in the middle of the theater room, because if he pulled it back too far, he was going to overlap the screen. And the way the screen was designed, it was actually it's a beautiful embezzled design screen. He would have to tear out the entire screen in order to expand the image of the picture. Expand the projection screen in order to accommodate the distance throw from where the projector should have been sitting at. See what I mean? That's why I said just be patient. Do your research on something like that. You have to do your research. I'm a big fan of ABS forums. I'm really not, but they do have some people in there who do know what they're talking about. So go check out over there, talk to a few people over there, look at a couple of blueprints of people and how they're setting up their designs and stuff like that. All that stuff is very important. And on top of that, with your projector, like I said, a setup like that where you're going to be going past the average projector of 20 feet, 30 feet, 60 feet, you have to have a certain projector and a certain lens to do that. And it has to be an extended throw lens. That's what you need to do that. If not, when you turn that projector on, you're going to notice that you're going to hit everything in the environment. People are going to be sitting there watching a movie, and the back of their heads are going to be popping up going across the screen because your projector is going to be hitting the back of their heads. Even if you have a lens shift, you're still going to hit the back of their heads. Now, that's the one that he purchased right there. That's the Christie 505. There's a difference with the 505s because that's a top-end venue projector. Let me turn this off right here, and I'll show you why. 505s have incredible lens shift capabilities. All the projectors I have in here that have lens shift capabilities, the 505 is the best one that I own. And I'll show you why. Because with the 505, usually when most people are mounting a projector, the first thing they got to do is they have to put their projector and mount it to the ceiling. And then they got to tilt the projector, they got to calibrate it, all that crazy nonsense, just to get it to fit on a slant to fit right into the screen just perfectly. Not with that beast. I'm gonna show you what that thing can do. I can pull my entire screen on my ceiling and bring it all the way back into the frame. Now, this is the only projector I've seen actually so far since I bought. These are venue projectors that have this capability. So when I set my projector up, I don't gotta measure anything. I just stick it anywhere on the wall. I can stick this projector anywhere on the wall and I can redirect the image anywhere it needs to go. So we'll go over into, is this plugged in? Hold on a minute. Let me see if my Chromecast is plugged in first. Let's connect this one right here. See if my Chromecast is in. Now see, look, my Christie stands back. Mine has an extended throw lens. Mine sits back around, I said we're about 18 feet here. So this one's almost another 2 feet. And I'm not even filling out my entire screen. My projector literally has to be farther back. But if you notice, it's not hitting anything in the environment. No walls, nothing. It's just hitting the screen and that's it. That's that clicking sound, automatic adjusting. So he was showing me his video. We're going back and forth. He was showing the video. I noticed that no matter how much he tapped the focus button, that his image was not coming up sharp. It was coming up extremely, extremely blurry. And when he pulled out the lens, I was like, oh shoot, he had cracks in the lens. He had a couple of screws missing. I said, don't worry about it. I own the exact same lens. That's the only thing that's wrong with your projector, buddy. Do not take that projector back. Keep the projector, because if you send that projector back, you're going to go out and you're going to get an everyday normal projector, which most people have, and you're going to have to take that projector and you can't pull that projector back the full distance that you want. So you're not going to be able to tuck it in the background and have your theater set up, because what's going to happen is that projector, when you turn it on, it's going to expand that entire room. Even if you shrink the image and you bring the zoom in, it's still going to expand the entire environment with no problem. You have to have that extended lens to do that. And those Christie projectors right now, I think the only person I saw that was selling them, he wanted around $560 with the remote control, because you have to have the remote control with those projectors. You don't need it, but I would advise you getting the remote control. He sold this for $560, I think, with free shipping. Now, he doesn't have any more of them. If he takes that projector back and that guy posts that projector, I'm buying it and I'm putting my lens into it, because I'm trying to explain to you, if you try to go out and get a venue projector that has that capability, you're going to spend maybe about, well, that's not going to have Christie capabilities on it. If you're trying to get a Christie capability with that kind, you're talking about maybe about a good $3,000-$4,000 at the most. All right, I'm going to go into my lens shift. So here, lens shift, and then I'm going to bring my image all the way out. I'm going the wrong way. Make sure I got my, there we go. Oh, come on. Very nice. All right, let me see what's going on here. My lens shift just came off. Okay, hold on for a minute. Oh, I switch my whatchamacallit again. I do this from time to time. I switch my picture in pictures all the time. Let me come in here real quick and let's bring up my picture in picture, because I need that one to come up. Keystone, sound, settings, picture in picture. Yeah, and the menus and venue projectors, there's so much you can do with them. Like this one has picture in picture. So I said, when people tell you that these projectors suck, don't believe the hype on that nonsense. These projectors, Why in the world would Sony, big time corporations, buy these projectors? Let me know when you go to a concert and you're seeing them doing like a visual effects, if you see a smaller projector. No, they're using these monsters right here that come in giant road cases. That's why, because those projectors have special firmware in them to allow you to use with all forms of software for special effects and stuff like that. All right, somehow we're switched out from our input here. So we have to go in here and figure out which one of the inputs to bring this back to the original bigger screen. I got to swap out my my whatchamacallits. All right, let's take this out. Go over here. We're in video on this one. We shouldn't be in video. We should be. It's S video jack. That's video. All right, it's not that one. I'm just going to swap it out again. Let's bring it down to 1. There we go. Now, what should be in that little box would be my Xbox. Plays on that box over there. That one, if I take this one out, bring this one down to the sub. Let me see, we'll bring this down to 2. And then we'll hit it again. And go see if we can find the S video jack that connects to that one. That runs off S video jack. Okay, so it's not 2. All right, come out of that. It's very easy to use. Come back up again. Video 3. There's a swap at the bottom. All right, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to bring the sub down. Like I said, you learn how to use it. I'm going to bring the sub down or max out the sub. Let me see, come here. 50%. Okay. Then we have the Xbox. I need the Xbox to run on this one. That's the sub. Sub 1. See if we can bring S video jacks in there. That's all HDMI. All right, come back up. Hit it again. 2. There we go. There's Metal Slug playing there. Change that out. Go back up to this one. Bring it down. There we go. You have to learn it all. Like I said, the controls in these things are a lot different than your average setup. You're going to be, like I said, it's like when he saw the remote control, he was overwhelmed by it. Like, don't get overwhelmed by it. It's not really that hard to use. It really isn't. It just takes some time to learn because, like I said, you're dealing with a whole different form of projector. There's all kinds of options in here that you can use to manipulate your pictures. Like I can put 4 quad pictures on here at the same time, which I haven't learned to use yet because I just haven't had the time to go in here and mess around with it. There we go. Now we got Metal Slug on the big screen. So I can shrink the images. Let me show you what the lens shift does. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to go into my lens shift. Now say, okay, if I'm mounting this projector, you know what I mean? Most people, what they do, like I said, they got to mount it to the ceiling. They got to angle it. I got a ceiling fan in the way. So I know I'm going to hit that thing with no problem if I try to angle it. So what I did was I didn't know where I was going to put it at. I didn't know how good the lens shift was going to be. I figured, okay, I just connect it there. I should be pretty good. I should be able to drop it down in place. So I just connected it there. No measurements, nothing, just bam, just stuck it in a place. Didn't realize that the projector had an insane lens shift capability, which means when I first started mine off right here, I'm gonna move my image up. Look out. Close a minute. I can move, it came off like this. When I first set up the projector, I'm like, oh no, like this is not gonna work. This is what would happen if you were to set up an everyday projector that doesn't have lens shift capability at all, period, or vertical shift, none of that. This is what would happen. But because these projectors have an advanced version of lens shift, because none of my Christies can do this, not any of my Christies. These are all lens shift projectors. These Sonys, these are all lens shift capabilities. They can't do this. Only this projector has this capability to do this. So I can set my projector there. I can bring the whole entire image down. I can set that thing anywhere I want and it'll actually hit over and over again. It'll come from there right into the same spot. The lens shift comes all the way down to, let me see. I never did it the opposite way, fully down. Let me see right here. Lens shift. So that's as far as it goes. And so if I mount it, even if I have it right here, even if I mounted it all the way to the top, to the very top, I still would have hit the screen with no problem. So like I said, he's going to take this projector back. And I told him, look, if you take this projector back, I'm going to contact the merchant. I'm buying it from him. I'm sticking that lens in it. The only thing that happened when he got his projector, and I told him to buy the one I have behind me, the image came up beautiful. Everything came up beautiful on the screen paint. Not screen, he didn't paint it yet, but came up on the screen, on the wall. He's trying to adjust it to get the size that he wants. And I explained to people, look, if you get a regular projector and you pull it back past because you go to Projector Central, they'll show you exactly in the virtual page how far you can pull your projector back. Once you hit past that particular mark, because some people may have a theater room that may, like I said, may have 30, 40 feet back. You may want to have a setup where your projector sits in a little tiny case up here and all your seats sit down here in a slant. You want an official, dedicated theater room. I'm talking about the real deal. The ones you can walk in from the back and you see the screen from a distance. Those setups. Those people are not using your everyday projectors. They're using big boy venue projectors because the venue projectors, like I said, they can swap out the lens. Can't swap out the lens in a regular projector. You're stuck with it. So with these, you can actually swap out the lens to an extended throw or a manual throw, or some of these projectors can take a short throw lens. That takes a short throw lens. So if I want to turn that into ultra short throw, I can buy a lens and connect it right in there. And like I said, you're going to have two different forms. To the projector, take apart some stuff, and get like MacGyver, if anyone remembers that show, and start pulling out screws, and you're going to have to attach it because there's going to be ribbons attached to that projector because it's motorized. These do it all the time. These automatically focus all the time. Automatic focus kind of drives me crazy. I hear click, 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 click all the time, but it's constantly focusing to the image. Hold on, let me get this back to where it is because this is driving me nuts where it's at right now. And I need to get batteries in my remote control. So the problem he was having when he was showing me the pictures back and forth is, Ken, look, I got the same thing you got, but my image is really, really blurry and I can't see it. And the image was coming up perfect. It's just the visual trying to focus to get what needs to go. Now, why is he struggling so much? Because the way these are designed, you can just tap them. You just tap them and they automatically click, 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 click. See how clear the image is? They constantly click, they constantly focus because there's a sensor in that projector that constantly allows it to be able to adjust. All right, so I'll show you here. Turn this off, it'll click back in place. There you go. You hear that click? They click back in place. When you turn it back on, they click back in. It's a sensor and it constantly keeps it in focus. All right, so again, this is what I'm showing you. Sony VPL FH36 manual throw. That's the FH30. Sony FH36. The FH36, this is the FH30. I apologize about that. This one right here has a manual throw. This one right here has an extended throw, which means you can pull this projector back 60 feet and you can still hit your screen with a nice, beautiful cut without it expanding and splattering all over your environment, which it's going to do if you use a manual throw. You take that manual throw, some say, well, what if I take the image and I zoom it and make it small as possible? You're still going to basically, when you pull that projector back, the farther you pull back a projector, the bigger the image is going to get. So that means anybody sitting in a chair, you're going to hit the back of their heads. Their heads are going to reflect onto the screen. It's going to be a nightmare. They go to turn around, boom, they're going to be hit in the face with the projector. You don't want that. So we turn this one on. Turn this one over here. And we turn this one on over here. Surprised my electric bill is like $4,000 a month. I really am. Really surprised on that. I have projectors run through the entire house. I'm actually I'm turning the office into a Japanese kind of scenery. I actually ordered a bunch of stuff online. So it's going to be cool. All the walls are going to be red. I ordered bonsai trees, fountains. That whole room is going to look insane. Like you actually walked into Japan. I'm hooking it up really cool. And I just finished the screen. I painted yesterday. I'm testing it right now in the room right now in the Sony Ultra Short Throw. All right, so here we have, make sure I get my remote controls mixed up because I do this all the time. So we get which one's which remote controls. Now you see right here, if we can get this thing connect right, there we go. As far for Sony to actually come on that one. This is the manual throw. All right. Oh, that's the manual throw. All right, I got the remote control switched. All right. Chromecast is not Chromecast, but whatchamacallit is a little late on their delays sometimes, I swear. So you see both remote controls look exactly the same. So I have to kind of figure out which one's which. So that's why if you hear me right, like, oh, it's not that remote, it's just remote. I was supposed to mark these, but just never got around to marking these. Okay, that's the one for that one. This is the one for this one. Let me make sure we got this right with these remote controls. All right, that's here. That one should be coming on. Let me see what's going on. I think I had a feeling I might have to do some repairs. This projector's gonna give me some issues. And I have two of these. I bought two of these. It's still gonna give me some issues. Let me pull it out, put it back in. I don't know if it's not reading it correctly or what. All right, let's see what's going on with it. Sorry about that. Like I said in live, you can have complications from time to time that'll pop up with my hardware. Sometimes my hardware does not want to play right. It wants to fight me in the morning, so I have these problems with it, and it does happen. Let me turn this one off, put it back on again. This is what happened the last time. I don't know why it's not acting right. For some reason, it's not reading that card. Not reading the make sure the Chrome. Oh my God. Okay, that'll work. I don't fit that. Okay, that's definitely probably be the problem. I never plugged it in. I forgot to plug it in. No. My fault. My bad. I'm like, why was this not working? Like, I know for a fact I repaired this projector like a couple of days ago. I shouldn't have been having any problems with it. Yeah, I forgot to plug in the Fire Stick. I'm sure trip to insanity right on that one. And now you'll see right here. So you see how it's hitting the wall all the way over here? They're both back the same feet. They're both 18 feet back. And you see how this one right here, which is the manual throw, which is covering the wall, is hitting everything. So imagine if we're 18 feet and I would pull this projector back 30, 40 feet. There we go. Got that one over there. Make sure we got the right one here. It's kind of hard trying to read a projector when both of them are overlapping each other. Now, to prove my theory on this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 92-inch screen I have downstairs. My living room, when I pull back, is approximately around 20 feet from the door to where the theater room is at. We're going to take both projectors and see which one is going to nail that screen perfectly without overlapping the entire environment. And you'll see what I'm talking about. Some of you might not be able to see it from here. Like I said, you're seeing one's actually expanding a much bigger screen size and one's just expanding a much smaller one. So like I said, 18 feet back, and we're going to do a screen at 92 inches. At 92 inches, this projector over here, the black one, is going to be able to hit that screen without expanding the image all over the place and making it look sloppy in your theater setup. Where the other one is going to hit everything. I mean, literally everything, your walls, everything. So let's come over here and let's grab something different. We'll grab the fish, the birds. So we always manage to get little commercials in there. Oh, it's one of those. I have to wait till the ad finishes. All right, here we go. All right, now just so you can see that there's no funny business going on with the dials. I'll lean it right over here so you can see. Let me take this up real quick. My stand. You can see, oh, one's got to be shrunken. No. I'll show you right here. See right here? All the way up. See right here when I turn to the side? If I bring it down and then bring it back up, it's all the way up. All right. See this one right here? See a shift right here on the side right here. This is the shift that makes it small. Sorry about that. We got you guys all over the place here. And definitely don't want to see my face in the morning. All right, see right here, we bring it up. So we got it all the way up. That's an extended throw, which means I can throw it at 60 feet, 30 feet, and I will nail a screen of 100 inches and it will fit perfectly. I want the back of your heads in your theater room. I can set it up and put it into a nice little box up there and cover all this with some, I seen somebody set up, they took a bookcase, well, they kind of like a bookcase, and they extended it a little farther from the wall so they can set the projector up there and had all this beautiful grain. It was gorgeous, right? So they can camouflage it up there, and they had it sitting up there, and it was sitting around 30 feet and hit the screen, bam, perfectly. All the seats were coming down on a slant. Yeah, fantastic job. Fantastic job. But you have to have a certain projector to do that. Can't go out and buy any ViewSonics, none of those projectors. They're not going to do that. Unless it's one of them high-end, high-venue projectors. Oh, then you can do that because you can change out your lenses. All right, so then you got to know exactly what you're dealing with when you buy the projector. Can you change? That's my TV screen right there. And that's me in here buying some Steam games because Steam is now having the sale. And I've been there buying a ton of arcade games for the arcade room. That's actually almost finished too. All right, so now we're in here testing out the screen that I painted last night. This is going to be for the Japanese setup, getting some things straightened together and neaten up the room a bit. I've already ordered a bunch of stuff on Amazon to set the room up real nice. Now, I'll show you right here. See the lenses right here? That's an extended throw lens, right? That's for doing a distance throw, and this right here is a manual. These are interchangeable lenses. Now, only projector I know that basically can do that for a cheap price would be the NEC NP1150, which I have down there. That has interchangeable lenses that you can change out. Keep in mind, it doesn't have an HDMI port. It only has DVI, so you can use HDMI to VGA to HDMI to convert that. But keep in mind, you're not playing any gaming systems because gaming systems, for some reason, are not compatible with those particular adapters. You may be to find one, like sometimes some of these gaming systems may have a VGA adapter that's compatible with their stuff. You could do it that way, but other than that, I haven't seen one yet. So these actually are quick release. These are the ones you can actually just put in and you lock in and you're done. This one right here is another one. This is the one I'm going to give to him. This is his projector. What happened was when he got his, he was missing a screw here, and this entire piece right here was completely disconnected. That's why the focus wasn't working because, and these lenses right here, see that little chip right there? That chip actually connects into that projector, and that's the sensor right there that allows it to be able to focus the projector. That's the reason why he couldn't do it. This was actually, this whole thing right here was damaged. So this is all you need right here, buddy. Do not send that projector back to the merchant at eBay. Like I said, those particular models are very hard to get. I tried to go in and get another one last night. Everybody wanted about $2-3 grand for them. You got that projector for $560. The only thing that's messed up with it is just the part right here. I can give you this one right here. It'll fix your problem. You'll be good to go. If you go out and you buy that projector that you showed me in that text message, I guarantee it's going to be the biggest mistake you're going to make. I guarantee you. Pull that projector back, you're going to expand everything in that environment. You're going to mess up your theater setup. You don't want to do that. Especially when I tell people, when it comes to a setup like that, you have to literally do everything by the books. Because one little mistake, you can mess the whole entire room up. All right, let me see. So you can see right here, these are interchangeable. You can pull these out. This right here, some of my paperwork, jump and clean it up here. That's an interchangeable. You can pull that out. Now, on the other hand, when you start getting to the Christies are different. I showed you about, there's a difference between, when you buy a Christie LX 400, there's two versions of that projector. They look exactly alike, but there's two versions of it. Now this is where it gets complicated. There's the LX 400, then it's the LW 400. The LW 400 and LX 400, the difference between those two, even though they look exactly alike, is one is an XGA and one is a WXGA. The LX is a XGA, and this is what I'm using right now for my setup. This is the LX 400. That's an XGA. If you run across one that's an LW400, that's a WXGA. Now you want to talk about the lenses. The lenses on these projectors get pretty crazy. Okay, now you see this one right here? See how it has a bridge that comes across here? And see how the lens is pushed all the way in? This is a manual throw. This isn't different from a lens. The lens is sharp, but it's not actually, it's sharp, but the other one that they makes the image look crystal clear, like really seriously crystal clear, almost very close to one the 505 or the LW 420U. That's the 1080p version I have downstairs right now. It's all because of the lens. So that's why I figured out. Okay, I'm trying to explain so I don't confuse anybody here. All right, so I'm going ahead too far. I'm just right here. All right, so first things first, if you look at the lens and look at the bridge right here, right? Let me see if I can grab an exact projector here. Okay, let me see. This one here is I need to grab that projector so you can see, because you're not going to be able to understand it unless I show it to you. You have to be able to see it. All right. This one and that one are the same projector, and I'll show you the difference in it. I figured this out the hard way. And on top of that, then you got to know what to look for if you want Christy with a short throw lens. They're very rare to come by, but the lens looks really different. You can tell if you find one with that exact kind of lens on it, that smooth edge to it, those are short throw lenses, but they look exactly like the extended throw. This is an extended throw on the Christy. It's a more advanced lens, and the lens brings up a more sharper, more refined picture, right? Now this one right here, as you can see, let me get this out of the way real quick, comes from buying a bunch of them. This is an LX 400, so that's an LX or LW 400. LW 400, right? Okay, now come with me, and I'll show you this right here. So now, since I can figure out the lenses and how they work, I can figure out exactly what Christie's to buy and what Christie's I don't want. All right, so let's get the one we have here, which is the same projector. But you're going to see something really interesting about this projector. I love sharing this stuff with you, you know what I mean? You go to eBay, I mean, you gotta watch me enough times, man. You'll know how to buy all kinds of projectors for really cheap prices, man. You'll be getting short throw lenses and all kinds of stuff. Like if I got this projector right here, and I don't want the lens, that lens right there, I can get $2,000 for a lens. Yeah, lenses on the Christie's are expensive. That filter on the side of that projector right there costs you $100 to replace that filter. So let me show you right here. Okay. Now, I'll put this on top of the Sony here. I'll explain to you this. They look like the exact same projector, right? That's an LX, an LW400. That right there is an LW400. You would think, okay, same projector. They're not the same projector. They're two different projectors. You know why? Look at the front of it. See the bridge right here? See how this one doesn't have a bridge on it? See how the lens pushes all the way out on this one? See how the lens pushes all the way in on this one? This is a manual lens, which means bottom line is the picture quality is good, but it's not going to be as advanced as this one because this one has a more advanced lens attached to it. This one's going to give you a more sharper, more refined lens. The picture quality is going to look much better on this projector than it is on this one because of the lens difference. On top of that, this right here has an extended lens, which means if I were to hit this image here, I could shrink this and it would fit perfectly in there. It's designed to do a long throw. If I were to stick this one in there, it would expand and cover all of this. No matter how much I pull that in, I'm still going to overlap that image. Well, let me see if we can do this here for you so we can show you. I kind of like to show you instead of telling you, I'm going to show you what's going to happen. So I can never use this projector right there because it would never work. And I'll show you why. We'll turn this one off. Turn these off because I'm going to have 4 projectors running in this place. So I learned that the hard way because when I went and bought the projector, I was like, wait a minute. These are 2 different projectors. Something's wrong here. How come the lens here looks different on that one? And that's when I found out when I turned that projector on. Boom, it hit that perfect. Set the right perfectly fit right in there, and the other one went boom and covered the entire area. Oh, okay. One has an extended lens and one has a manual lens. Okay, that's how I do it. But then it gets trickier than that. I'll tell you why. Got to be to identify the lenses on Christie's when it comes especially to those particular models. We'll get another lens. I'll show you this one. Show you this. And I've showed you this before. I've showed you this before many times. Now, this particular lens came off a Christie, same model number. It came off an LW400, but this is a short throw lens. Looks exactly like the one on here on the LX400, doesn't it? It looks exactly the same, doesn't it? You got to look at them very carefully. It looks exactly the same, doesn't it? You know the differences between the two lenses? See the part in the front that has the ridges on it? Those ridges right there in the front. See those ridges right in the front? Now look at the front of this one. No ridges. Smooth. I bought this lens. I bought 2 of these just to see what would happen if I was, if I was right. And I was right. This is a short throw lens right here. Now, the difference between this lens right here, you see those ribbons at the top? That means this projector involves you to basically open up your projector and go in and manual this. This is not a quick release lens. You're going to have to open up your projector. And if you ever opened up a Christie before, it is not a pretty and it's not a fun ride. There are screws and compartments. You have to take apart compartments just to get to compartments. And when you finally get to the main board that will allow you to be able to feed these tiny little micro ribbons in, all these have to be replaced because they're torn. They're supposed to have this sensor right here on the top, right there. That sensor is missing. See what sensor is missing here? So I have to open this out right here, remove these out, put the ribbons back and rethread them, and then actually open up a Christie, one of these projectors, probably that one over there, and I can make it I can make it a short throw projector because of this lens. And these lenses are all motorized, as you can see right there, the gears at the top. Now, that's the harder one. These right here, on the other hand, that don't have any ribbons sticking at them, these are the quick release. These are the ones you done. So if I want, I can actually change that to ultra short throw. That thing has 12 different lenses that attach to that projector right there, all for different forms of special effects and stuff like that. But they are expensive because someone sit there and said, well, can't you just change it out for an ultra short throw lens? Oh yeah, if I got about a good maybe $15,000, $16,000 sitting around, I could do it. They're very expensive, very, very expensive. Oh God, that's very expensive for a lens. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. I think this is one's hooked up to the GameCube. We're going to run the GameCube right now. Pretty sure I got the GameCube running. Okay, that's the GameCube. Make sure we got everything running in the back of this one. And this back. When you have to run the GameCube, can I just simply run which will come to the back of here. This comes from just buying lots of projectors. You just learn each one of them are different. So when I first got Christie's, I'm actually running through the Chromecast. Through this one's be a lot faster. Can I run this to the GameCube? I just run it to the GameCube, whatever. This comes from buying lots of projectors, lots of them, just taking them apart and figuring out how they work. So I've actually bought projectors for parts, just to strip them down, take them apart, see how the lenses operate, how they work, how I can change them out, stuff like that. I've been able to swap out my lenses in certain projectors, which I learned how to do, and other ones I just haven't learned it yet. So let me see. We're going through this section right here. No. That's high definition. We're not going through high definition, are we? Let me see. We can go through high definition. I don't know. Let's go through red. Let's do white. So much easier if I just plug it through with the Chromecast. All right, there we go. And did you know that the NEC 1150s have network cards built into them, active network cards, and they have a flashing blue light that goes on the back of them. Well, most projectors will charge you for that piece. All right, let's turn that on right now. Get you over here in the front. So I need this image to fit that little tiny square right in there, without overlapping. Hear that clicking? That's the projector adjusting automatically. Only Christies do that. They do that automatic check. This projector does a little more others, so we're gonna bring it over. So we get to fit into our little pocket right there. I think I got to adjust it right here a little too high up on that one. Hold on. There we go. Adjust that, and then we'll bring it down to the picture. Make sure we got the right size it's going to fit in there. There we go. Okay, so let me see what I'm running through. This is HDMI, so it's not that. It's got to be running through. I don't know. My fault. I did something stupid. All right, HDMI. It's not running through there. S-Video. We're definitely not running through no S-Video jack. Video. There we go, running through video. So this is Luigi's Mansion on GameCube, which we're playing right now. Now, if I were to go in and let me see, my lens shift would be actually my lens shifts are up here. To expand my screen size would be from here. So if I bring it out, you hear it clicking? Watch. That's as far as I can bring it over. That's it. That's as big as that screen is going to get from that distance, because that's an extended throw. If you want to use this in your home, you're going to have at least 18 or 20 feet to use this projector. So it's made to fit, to narrow and just zoom and just lock into an image and just hit that instead of expanding all over the entire environment. So that's as far as it's going to go out. All right, I want you to look at that carefully. These are both the same projector. One's an LXW400, the other one's an one's an LW400, this is an LW400. The difference is the lens. And this is as far as I can bring the lens out. This is as small as I can shrink it. This is as far as I can bring it out. These are designed, if you have a theater room set up and you want to put that screen back a good 60, 70, 80 feet, you're going to basically be able to hit that image and boom, cut it out just nice without expanding all over the place. Now, this is what we're going to do. We're going to turn this projector off. Hear that clicking sound? Watch it constantly clicks. So keep in mind, for every frame, that projector is going to adjust the image. It's a bad boy projector. Boom. It's my bio one right there. I paid $149, and the one I have over here, I paid for $149. The Sonys were the only ones that cost me over $200. The Sonys were $300. One was $300, one was $350 for the Sonys. And then when I got the Sonys in here, I'm thinking like, oh, the Sonys were the ultimate pair. I couldn't stop talking about them. But when the Christies came through, I was like, oh, I plugged that first one in. I was like, nope, I'm getting rid of all my Sonys. I got rid of all the Sonys in the house are gone, except for in the theater room downstairs where one of the projectors went down. And unfortunately, I had overheating. I don't know how to work with motherboards. The motherboard went out on the projector. When I found out what the parts were going to cost me, I was like, oh, shoot. I might just buy me another projector because that's going to cost me too much money. So I decided, since I already had a 135-inch already in there twice, I wanted to do something different. And I was talking to a customer. He got to talking about 235.1. So I was like, I kind of missed my 235.1 projector. I want it back. I want the whole setup back. And that's where I went and bought the silver ticket and started from there. And the only projector that can do a 235.1, it's not going to cost me an arm and a leg, was the ViewSonic. And that's what I bought. Bought the ViewSonic. So that's how I came to that conclusion. All right, so now this one's already powered down. I'll disconnect our cables from the back. And this one, take our power cord out. This was the one with the extended throw. And now we're gonna go in and we're going to grab the other one. Same model projector, same LW400. I'm gonna plug that one in right now. Where's my power cord? Oh, power cord. So today I have to wait until 8 o'clock because I have to call UPS. I need to find out where my stuff is at. And then since I already placed an order already, it cost me $100 in containers. Make sure my containers got, and also some good news too. So I got a chance to meet the new mailman on my route. He is fantastic. I told him about my situation. He said, don't worry, I'll bring the truck. When you're ready, I'll bring the truck in. We'll grab everybody's orders and I'll be out the door. So everybody taken care of. All right, now we have the other one set up here. This is the Chrissy, same projector. That is the black one there on the floor, as you can see. That's the one with the extended throw. This is the one with the manual throw. See the difference in the lens, the bridge. This one doesn't have a bridge. The lens protrudes out farther. Now watch this. We'll turn this one on. The reason why I'm doing this is because, like I said, I usually don't do videos like this. Sometimes I do videos like this. But like I said, I have a customer who's going to make a very serious mistake, and I know it's going to happen. He'll get that everyday projector. He'll set it up in there, and bam, he's going to expand. He's going to hit everything with that thing. All right, let's come over here and see if we can get our input in there. I have to bring this up the lens shift because I'm not seeing it. Let's adjust the volume there. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to expand it. We're going to shrink it in, right? I'm shrinking it right now. I'm going to show you right here. See my hand right here? See where I got it pulled all the way back? Got all the way back. It's all the way back right there. Even with it all the way back, it is still expanding my picture. It's over here. Get my projector a little bit. It's all the way up at the top of the frame. It's all the way at the bottom. Now if I go to shrink this to fit, actually, I'm sorry, it wasn't shrink. This was the screen shrink. I didn't even expand it yet. So you remember the other projector, I pulled it all the way out and put a projector all the way out just to get it to fit in there just nice. This is actually the projector with the lens pulled all the way, when it shrunk. So it's hitting all the way down here. It's hitting all the way up there. Now let's expand it out. So if I want to use this projector and I want it to fit perfectly in there, even if I bring the image all the way down and I drop it, it's still going to overlap my screen. But this one right here, which having the extended long throw right there, it's going to fit perfectly in that nice little square in there with no problem whatsoever. Only difference is if you use that projector and you got maybe about 12 feet in your living room, you're going to have 18 feet to get a 100-inch out of this one, where you're probably going to only need about 11 feet for this one. So I got to call my customer today and explain to him, you may want to keep that lens, you may want to keep that projector, because a 505 Chrissy is not cheap. And if you happen to find one, I guarantee that that seller is going to charge you a couple grand for it. The fact that that fellow was in there selling that projector for that cheap, I'm still shocked over it. I really am. Because last time I checked that projector, they wanted $2 grand for it. And he was selling it for around $230. And that's why I said, no, not $200, but $560. And again, made a mistake on that one because I should have bought two of them. I did that the last time with the LX, I think it was the LW 420. That's a full 1080p Christie projector. I bought one of them. That was a dumb mistake. I should have bought two of them when I had the opportunity, and I didn't do it. And there's the ultra. I told you, when I wake up in the morning, I have light coming through and everything. My screen stay on. Right now, doing some cleanup downstairs. That right there is the Christie right there. LW 420. That's a 1080p version. I told you about a bunch of those projectors. There's another Sony right here. I bought two. Bought two of the Sonys. Actually, I'm in the process of buying 4 of these projectors right here. I already bought 3 of them. I'm about to buy another one today. This one right here, I like this one, but this one is an XGA. And the one I bought that was refurbished for 150 bucks, that's a WXGA with the remote control. And I desperately need the remote control in there, because without the remote control, my soundbar is a little buggy and I got to keep pressing down on it to change the batteries. But I got a new one right there, the remote control coming refurbished. So that's going to replace that one. This one right here, I'm going to order a stand that will allow me to stand the projector up upright so I can project onto a table. So that's going on the stand. I ordered a third one for the upstairs in the office. And I'm going to order another one for the kitchen, because the kitchen screen has to be replaced, because it didn't turn out the way I thought it was going to turn out. You know what I mean? The cardboard still warped, where on the boxes where I did the other TV screen didn't warp at all. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to remove this, throw this in the trash, and I'm going to get some of that heavy cardboard that you the sticky Velcro right there. I'm just going to put it right back up there. Right there, so I can watch TV in my kitchen, which that was intended for. And I might buy another one. I might buy 5 of them. I might get another one for upstairs for the gaming room, because I do got the 100-inch screen on the wall that I'm not even using, and that one, I use that for basically just video content and, you know, just streaming media. That's all I want it for. I know I got to clean my steps. So next, this is where I was at today, because I never spent any time in here. This is NEC short throw projector, and that's a 106-inch screen turned around for a portrait screen. Downloading games in here right now. Ooh, my credit card. That shouldn't be around. And I'm getting set up for that. Now, like I said, that right there was the best deal I ever got building a gaming PC. The guy who came with the idea, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You saved me a ton of money. That little PC right there, if you're interested in building one, we're not building it, but modifying it, that is an office computer. And that computer has 2 terabytes of hard drive space. I know, understand that I'm going to get the PS5 and Xbox Series later, but right now the system's bugging out. I'm not touching them with a 10-foot pole, just to end up with a brick. Got 2 cousins, both of them got bricks. All right, so anyway, and keep in mind the terabyte space that they do have on these systems. Come on, you're like under a terabyte, really? On a next gen system, this has 2 terabytes of solid state drive right from the door. So you got 2 terabytes of solid state drive. You have because I need it's enough power for me to run my games on here. It has 16 gigabytes of DDR3 1060. It has a 3.0 PCI Express card on it, which you're going to have, well, a slot for PCI Express. The USB is a 3.0. What else has it? It has an optical drive on it with DVD burner, all that good stuff. You know, maybe you want to rip CDs and all that good stuff on it. I think there might be Blu-ray on it. I gotta go check. If it isn't, I don't need a Blu-ray anyway. I don't really play any things off of. I just download everything. I am going to expand the hard drive capabilities because I'm actually going to build me a nice little portable, I think it's extended or exterior, whatever drive, whatever. I'm going to put probably about 10 terabytes of solid state drive in there. Movable, swappable drives. I'm going to add that on there. It is wireless. There is no cables running in the back of it. I went on Amazon. I got myself a nice wireless adapter. Here's my antennas right there. Connected on the back, plug and play, and done. Now, as for the graphic card, it does sometimes have this one because it has 16 gigabytes on it. It does have a GPU on it for shared memory. All I did was go in and I got a small form factor, low profile video card. I went and bought the, got it over there. I went and purchased the GTX 1050. I wanted the 1650, but the 1650s were sold out. So I got the 1050. That one came with DDR5 4 gigs. Actually, it's a GTX 1050 Ti. So like I said, perfect little compact. This thing is actually smaller than my work PC in the other room, and that PC is supposed to be smaller. Nice and compact. When I bought myself a nice little glow-in-the-dark keyboard and mouse, it was like 27 bucks. And basically, I'm just running my old Xbox 360 controller through it. And that's it. I'm here playing Steam. I can play Fortnite. I was in here doing a little Fortnite, which I'm not good at. I suck at the game. I also downloaded Unreal Tournament. Oh, they got a new Quake version you can run online. I did download some higher format games to see if the game is going to have me ripping or tearing or something like that. No problems. For the whole entire with those ads on. With the graphic card, cost me 160 bucks. It runs independently with no power supply, which so needed. No power from the power supply. $411. So that's what it cost me to set up my system. $411. And that's keyboard and mouse, all that. Yep. So all I did was go down to Amazon. I picked me up this chair right here. It's really nice. It's got a nice back massager, about $100. I'm 4'11", so it fit. I actually said 4'11". Ha 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 ha. I'm not 4'11". My mother's 4'11". My dad's 5'5". I came out 5'11". So I'm 5'11". I basically can fit in this chair without my legs draping over the side. I'm not tall, I'm not gigantic, but I mean, it's a nice chair. It looks small, but you think if you recline it, your legs going to be draped on the side. Perfect. This is the most comfortable chair I've bought, and I have a recliner in the other room for gaming. Comes with a nice massager, $100. That's all I paid for. Shipping time was extremely fast, easy to put together. 2 parts, snap it together, and you're done. The system right here, this is a system when you buy from the other room. These are called TCLs. The sounds on these are absolutely amazing. I was a little skeptical because, you know, for 130 bucks, thinking it's but no, deep bass, crystal clarity. I love these right here. I actually bought 3 of these. I got one outside for the patio. I have another one in the gaming room, and I have another one in here. No, I bought 4. I got one downstairs, and I'm about to buy another one for the office. That was $130 for Bluetooth sub. And the speaker system, the rug right here, $49. Purchased this over on Amazon. The screen, if you're a full-size screen, you have to go with a screen like this. I bought this screen because, like I said, at the time, I bought a bunch of the Elite edgeless screens. This screen cost me, I think, around $180 or $190 for it. That's basically about it. And LED lights are pretty much, you can get LED lights for what, 13? Most you pay for LED lights is probably about 30 bucks. But you want to make sure you're going to pay 30, make sure you get the 4 rolls in them. And that's what I did. So I finally finished extending on my LED lights. I'm not done yet. This room's not done yet. The projector I got for $139. That's a 720p NEC. This projector is 3600 lumens. It's short throw. 10,000 to 1 contrast, has two two VGAs, blah. Has two HDMI ports on the back of it. So I love that baby right there. And this is my whole little setup in here. And this is where I come at the game. Now I'm not done yet because I want to put a shelf here. I'm gonna put one of those Galaxy projectors on the ceiling to change the ceiling. That's why the ceiling's black. I still have more LED lights I got to run on the floor and a few of these chasers right here. And then, as you can see, I got behind the back of the door, behind the back of here. This is all done right here, all done with LED lights. Runs back here, comes back here, hits behind the back of the radiator, comes to the back of the radiator, comes right down the side. All this is all connected and done. So we're not done here. As I'm gonna walk through here, I got this nice little section here. What I'm gonna do with this, as I said before, I'm going to put a nice little black light right up in here, and I'm going to have me a glow-in-the-dark sign because I'm looking at the signs that they have for the neon lights, and they're expensive, like $200. I don't want to spend $200 for a little sign that's going to stick right in there. Then I got to figure out exactly where I'm going to run the power at to run it. So if I get a black light right here, the strips like that, I can run the cable down here, down through here, and I can run it down the side of here, and I can connect it over there. All right, so I can put a nice black light up in there, and then I can put the sign up there and glow in the dark, which means it'll glow from the UV. So that's why, whoops, I'm dropping my keyboard. I purchased these. These are glow in the dark UV paints, which means what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna color all my cables. All my cables are gonna be colored in UV. I might do the doorknob, it's washable. Do the doorknob, do some pretty arts on here. Maybe do a little trace around here, around here, around here, around here, around here. Have all that glow in the dark. Have all that glow in the dark right there, and then come out here, make me a nice little sign that says arcade, and then have that black light come down and make it glow. And then in here, because I'm gonna have my curtain across here, my nice little red curtain right here, and I'm right here, this is when I'm gonna turn it to the snack area. Put little trays in here of Doritos and cookies and chips and whatever, and cans of soda and whatever, just have this whole setup in here just for junk food. So I got to finish getting my my artwork. So I saw some neon Pac-Man light up displays. I'm gonna put on here, and you know, Fun Now or some of Fun Town or whatever, blah blah blah. You know, I'm gonna do this. But like I said, this is every room I try to design in the house to make it different. And that's how I'm going to be for my next house. I'm not going to have a traditional house. I don't want a traditional house. I want something every time you walk into a room, you step into a whole nother world. That's what I want. And that's what I'm practicing and building here. This is like my my practice area before I move to my next house. That has its own little kind of weird, kind of quirky kind of design to it. Like that room right there at nighttime. If you see what this room looks like at nighttime, it's berserk. The whole entire floor lights up, the ceiling lights up. I call that the Tron room. Now in here, I'm going to set this up like Little Japan. It's going to be beautiful. I ordered the lights to come down from the ceiling. I'm going to be changing the walls today to maybe like a reddish burgundy, something real nice. Not a burgundy, like a little, I want red, but I saw something called showroom red. I saw that. That looks pretty good. If you take showroom red and you mix a little black into it, it gives it a nice, more deeper, more richer color. I've done that before when I'm basically painting my walls and stuff. So all this is going to be painted different color. Do the walls and stuff. Get some nice bamboo curtains, something like that. But I want like a bamboo style, something I can pull all the way up, so I can have light doing it for demonstrations. This right here, I can't move this. This is too big. I got too much equipment on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to get some kind of Japanese kind of design material and just basically have it where I can basically just drape it over top this so I can cover all this up. And then right in here, I'm just going to put a nice little cushion area, like a nice little sofa or something I can find that can fit in there just perfectly, that I can sit and snuff in here. And over on top, I'll put some decorated art. All this will be covered. I'll put some decorated art in. Now, this section right here, I've got two end tables that I ordered, the nice redwood tables for here and over here. I'm going to bring the screen a little higher up. Got me a nice little Japanese bonsai tree. Over here, I'm going to put it like a Zen garden over here. Yeah, I'm going to hope this place is really nice. This right here, I got to change too. So this top right here is going to be changed. I ordered a top paper that's going to match the wooden grain end tables perfectly. And then I'm going to get some, you can get customized duct tape made to anything you want. So I found a place where I can get duct tape that looks like bamboo. So I can bamboo trim everything in here with the way I want to do it. So like I said, it's gonna look pretty cool when I get done with it. So like I said, people know the kind of stuff that I do, the stuff I build on a day-to-day basis. Once I go into a room and I go, I'm gonna turn it into this. Like this room, when I first started off, was a whole bunch of stuff stacked in here, dresses and stuff. I'm like, I should turn this into a mini arcade, and so it began. So this will be finished pretty soon. So I'm like working on multiple projects. Now keep in mind, as I said before, there's a TV projection screen that's going upstairs in the attic. That's in storage now because now I'm going to be building the projection screen sits thin now out of cardboard. That's going to be the next thing. Now keep in mind, as I told you before, that this is downtime for me until I can figure out exactly where my containers are. I should have containers coming in today. That is a definite 100% guarantee because I paid the money for that overnight shipping. I'm not going to sit there and have you, worrying about where your packages are at while I try to figure out what the heck UPS did with the original ones. I'm just going to complain to them about getting the original ones. But meanwhile, I'm just going to take money in my pocket and order new ones and have them shipped in express so we can get them here in time to get everybody taken care of. Now, usually, like I said, when we do shipping, we do it every Friday. This is a different story. We need to get these orders out the door. So for Monday, Tuesday, whatever, those orders are going to be dropping left and right, going to our customers. And if I can get that postal worker or any of the postal workers to come up, even if I got to give them some money, I don't care as long as they back that truck up in my driveway and take my stuff. So I told you people, look, when it comes to my customers, I don't like to wait for stuff. I'm a very impatient person. I like to have my stuff right away. I like to have it so and so forth. I know how I am. So I'm not going to treat you differently because, I feel you can wait for it. No, nobody wants to wait. People want their stuff. So if I got to drop a few dollars to make sure we get this done, it's going to be taken care of. You'll get your things. Now, I have all my information at the bottom. If you have any questions you want to ask me, feel free to email me. I'll answer any questions. As before, as I said, comments had to be disabled because we had individuals that were leaving very, very colorful comments. Now, usually I'm used to hearing colorful comments all the time, but when you start breaching over in certain areas that may involve police involved into it, then that's when I know I have to basically just take out the comments altogether because we have individuals that don't know how to carry themselves correctly. All right, well, I guess we're going to get the other channel started. I got another channel. This is going to be strictly for this kind of stuff. We're just doing all kinds of stuff, showing you how to build this, how to put that together, how to design this. Mind you, we're doing this whole entire setup for this wall right here. It's called an ultra short throw challenge for me. So I had to build an ultra short throw setup. Now the rest of the room, this is out of my own pocket, but I have to build an ultra short throw display with the paint, everything involved, and artwork and all that stuff for this wall, and the setup for the projector, the speakers, the screen, all that. I had to do it for $600. So that's why some people are saying, why are you buying a new projector when you have a Sony right there? That Sony cost me $550 and I got it used, which means it basically shrinks down my ability to be able to do anything for this challenge because a projector costs too much money. So I had to go on eBay and I bought a $150 ultra short throw projector. So we'll get it all set up. We'll do a demonstration off of it, and we're just going to look absolutely crazy. All right, with that being said, I'm going to get out of here real quick. It should be time for me to contact UPS and figure out where the freak my stuff is at so I can get you guys taken care of. Thank you all, and God bless. Oh, real quick, Black Friday sale ends Tuesday. All right, got to go.